The fuck is going on, YouTube world? What's going on?
It's not Sunday. What the fuck? What's going on? Why was I summoned? I don't understand.
It's not Sunday.
It's not. It's Wednesday. Kills. It's Wednesday.
What is it? You're right.
And money's here too. Like I don't like.
I'm totally confused now. It's not Sunday, and we have money here. What can we possibly be here for? I don't want to. Like money. What's going on? Okay. Is that time?
Wow.
Oh, okay, all right. But before we get there, can we do intros? Yeah, like we do Sundays.
Yeah, that's Kills. I'm Logic. That's Money. Play the fucking video.
Play the video. All right, fuck. Let's do this reaction. Watch this reaction. We'll be talking about it right after this, guys. Watch this. Let me add this here, and here we go.
It's my favorite part coming up right now.
I'm taking your dog tags. Fuck it. That was you right there, Lodge. Just take your dog tags.
Where's the C4?
That's missing C4.
Where's the C4?
For deep stuff. That's what they used to call it.
This is me right here. I'm the guy dying.
It's just like everybody stopped fighting just to look at the storm.
Yeah, it's like something like, okay, what's going on here?
I'm over here looking for Helen Hunt. Not a lot of people gonna get that one.
Oh no, that's a dated joke. Or retro. There's that.
That's a logic move right there. Just leave his teammates to die.
Just fucking fly off in a tornado.
Hey! Let's talk
Hold
about
on,
this.
Wait. Unpause real quick because there's one more little screen we need to show. No. Unpause. Right there. That right there. Gee, I wonder what else is happening on the 13th.
What is happening on the 13th? I wonder. I'm gonna rewind it just like you have that nice little screen right here put up while we talk. There we. Oh nope. Went back a little bit. Right there. Oh, a little bit more. There we go. What's up? Now welcome to everybody. If you guys don't know this stream, you can chat it up and we'll interact with you guys. Don't be afraid to talk to us and let us know what we're doing. If it sounds right, if it sounds good, let us know. But today, I decided to do a midweek kind of a pod. Not emergency. I would have said emergency pod, but midweek it was necessary because of Battlefield dropping. Also, exciting news that I will be sharing with you guys at the end of what we're about to talk about. But today we are welcomed. With P Money. Money is here. That guy P Money has joined us today. He's also excited about this. So he joined us. He was like, yo, I need in on this. I want in on this is Battlefield. So he decided to join us today. And you already know my co-host Logic also here today. We decided to do it Wednesday. The moment this trailer dropped, I guarantee you we were all in our chats talking about what are we going to do about this? How are we going to talk about it? What are we going to say about it? What do you guys think about it? So
chat was looking like live stream chats. Just couldn't keep up with the conversation.
It was me because I'm over here like a keyboard warrior, just like typing my life away.
Right, I couldn't keep up with the chat. Like, yo, guys, I'm at work, but I'm still looking at chat.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck! Oh my god! I can't.
That was our chat.
Yeah.
That was our chat. I couldn't even focus at work. I'm at work trying to train this class, and this class looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm good. I'm just a little hyped. Luckily, I had a couple of gamers in my class, so they understood what was going on. But what do you guys think about this trailer, though, man? Battlefield 2042, which is 100 years before 2142. So, is it a prequel?
Yeah. So, Money, you want to take this over, or you want to? Okay, Money.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay, I got it. So basically, this is what I've been asking for since 2142 came out. It is a prequel set 100 years before Battlefield 2142. That was the futuristic game that they set up. Going back, I want to say the release was back in like 2006, 7, if I remember correctly. Yeah. It was PC only. It was sick, futuristic. You had Titans, basically these like helicarriers. Okay. You had these little. It was the big mode. It was like called Titan mode. You had to go in. You had to take over bases, so kind of like Conquest. It would shoot missiles up to weaken the Titans, the 2 floating Titans.
Oh.
You had to then take little rocket pods or vehicles up there, so you jump into like a little APC that shot you in a rocket pod up on top of the Titan, break through the defenses, throw C4 on like the core, and then run off the ship as like the Titan was blowing up and shit.
See, I never got into Battlefield at that point in my gaming life. So when you talk about it, it's not the first. I mean, you've been talking about this. For a couple of years now, few years about. I wish it would go back to that era.
And I don't think we're getting that, but I'm okay with just being 21 years in front of like where we're at now. You saw an F-35 Lightning, modern weapons. You saw the little Boston Dynamics dog with the machine gun turret on it, just like rolling through, kicking ass. You're still going to have modern day vehicles, post-modern day, and then we're going to get some futuristic stuff as well too. I am over the moon. This is it. This is everything that I needed, and I know we're getting gameplay on Sunday, so trust me when we
we're getting gameplay on Sunday. I'm seeing drones in this. I saw wingsuits. I saw dog tag taking. I mean, that's back. And if you know anything about Battlefield, or just getting to know about Battlefield, you're going to hear about dog tags. That was one of the things that when they brung that out, and that was part of their I forgot which, I don't know what Battlefield it was, but they brung that as an essential. Like, you know how when games get created, they always focus in on this is a new mechanic kind of thing. When they focused in for, I don't know what Battlefield, you guys can tell me.
I want to say it was one of the bad. I mean, you could do it going all the way back to Battlefield 2. Right. I believe it was a mechanic in Battlefield 2, but I remember it being more prevalent in the Bad Company series. which was like the little offshoot. And then once Battlefield 3 came out, and then even Battlefield, that was like the thing, to the point where you had secret missions in the DLCs to unlock special dog tags.
Yeah,
and you could also
remember that. Yes.
And you could also get the black dog tags depending on like what level. If like you fully maxed out like your recon or whatever, you had like the black dog tag version. Me, I have like the little chip reader on my. It looks like a little like chip reader dog tag that I still have on my BF4 character. It's crazy, but that was one of the coolest things because you could go into a game, take someone's tag, and then you had that tag.
Bragging rights.
It's bragging rights.
Bragging rights.
It could be your friends if they were on the other team. If you couldn't squad up if too many people were online.
Correct.
I mean, so it was always that challenge to do that, and then it would keep account of how many
squads,
and it would keep account of how many times you actually took that person's tag too. So if you were in different servers, especially on like PC and stuff, and you were bouncing around and everything, and sometimes you meshed up with the same people, you could like do it multiple times, and then it was just that whole bragging rights feeling. It was such a cool feeling with the game.
It's an amazing, we've been hearing about Battlefield being the newest Battlefield, which is now we know it's 2042, but we've been hearing about this being in the pipelines for quite some time. There was always rumors of the next one coming out because we haven't had one since Battlefield 5, which is back in the World War I era. We all know how we feel about that. Like, what was it? Battlefield 1, was it called? That one we enjoyed, we liked, we played it. But then Battlefield 5 felt like they stripped back, and they kept the same theme, but they stripped it back. Money, what do you think about that?
I played Battlefield 5, enjoyed it, but it was just so low on content. Like at the point, like at launch, you only could rank up to level 50, and wasn't able to do more stuff until like later on when people start playing COD or Call of Duty again, and that's when they wanted to update the game mode. But by then, everybody stopped playing the game. And then you get the announcement that we're gonna take a year off and make them work on it.
Yeah, I think it took more than a year off. I think it took like 2 years off. Yeah, they took more than a year off because the Battlefield 5 was what, like, it was 2 years ago. Yeah. I mean, recently I think some of us returned to it just to return to see what's going on, and even then it felt like when we played it was like, I don't really want to stick onto this. But we played Battlefield 4 the other night, and much older game. We played that. There is some servers still live there. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed playing. I'm like, if Battlefield, if this new Battlefield coming out is anything like this, and can bring it more modern and like maybe a few years later, but not so far off where it's like impossible to like even think that this can happen, they hit it. This is the sweet spot, in my opinion. They hit it. It's not too far fetched of this technology is being used right now. It's 20 years in the future, so they can get away with a little bit of, of how far fetched they can go with this technology.
It gives them some creative freedom.
But it's
still grounded. It's still grounded. It still has like you can see the weapons that they're holding. Like one of them, that suppressor that looked like an interesting suppressor there, but it's right there. That's your standard, 870 shotgun.
870 shotgun.
K12 right there, inside the trailer and stuff. So he's got ripcord on there, headlights, like all of this gear. It doesn't look where it's so futuristic. You know what I mean?
And this is what I like now. This is what I like for a few years now. Even with the COD franchise, we're talking about boots on the ground.
Yep.
And this is for all intents and purposes. What up, Kima? Thank you for joining, man. For all intents and purposes, this is a boots on the ground Battlefield. It's always been boots on the ground, but now they're gonna add the whole future tech adding to this with the dog and just these tanks, and it's just everything more, a little bit more future, but not to the point where I'm going, this cannot be real. Like this can't happen. It's just that much, man. And for me, that rocket right here, that rocket is shoulder, it's nostalgia for me when it comes to the Call of Duty franchise. That whole launch map. So they brought that,
Black Ops 1,
Black Ops, right? So they brought Call of Duty at heart kind of guy into this going, man. And then right here with the whole colorful Miami vibe from Cold War. So they know what they were doing when they brought this trailer out. They're like, we're gonna highlight some things.
They had a map on the BF4. Was one of the latest DLC maps they came out with.
It was similar
like that, but if you was to go under the base and the rocket would go off, you'll get burnt. So it was like the funniest thing.
Oh, it burns you.
Yeah.
What up, Joy? Oh man, I appreciate you coming in too, man. We got some new people in the room today, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
The trailer was great. I hate. Obviously, when you go online, you go on Twitter and you see people already being negative about stuff. It's crazy that we haven't got the full-fledged reveal, which, by the way, it's happening on June 13th on Sunday. On what stage? The Xbox stage. So we're still holding on that camp. We're still holding on that camp. It's a day one on Game Pass.
Yeah, more
However,
information has come out that basically would lead us to believe that okay, maybe it doesn't get Game Pass because right now you can pre-order it now. You get a discount if you're a Game Pass Ultimate member. But I guess what Kills is going to make too. I'm in that camp. I believe.
Oh, I'm with you all the way, brother. We're gonna fly that flag all the way.
If it doesn't, that's fine.
It's okay.
But I would prefer.
It's okay.
I'm
still gonna pick it up regardless if it's Game Pass or not.
Yeah.
And we already spoke about this before we went live. We're gonna pick it up regardless. Game Pass or not, we're picking up because we're that much of a Battlefield fan. And it's been 2 years since the last one. Actually, let's not even count Battlefield 5 or 1. Let's go all the way back to Battlefield 4. It's been many, many more years since we've gotten to this setting here on the Battlefield stage.
5 years.
5 years since we had this stage on Battlefield. Look at the tornado, the effects. So they're bringing back Levolution in a bigger way.
Yep.
And it's gonna take advantage of your next gen console, whether it's PS5, whether it's Xbox X or S. It's gonna take advantage of that. Like they already said, 128 on the next gen consoles, players on screen, and then you're gonna have they're gonna scale down to what they usually have on the the last gen now, but the last gen, which I believe is 64, right? 32 versus 32.
32 versus 32, yeah.
Right. So they're gonna keep that going there. But man, I'm excited. I know there's people saying, man, $70 is $70 that. So let's talk about that just a little bit before we get to the announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I can only speak about me and my value and how I would say $70 makes sense to me. I know I've been in the past, I've been vocal about I will not pay for a $70 game, but let me be a little bit more clear when it comes to that. Let me explain myself when I say that. When you're trying to sell me a $7 game, especially when it's first party game, Xbox has not thrown something out there just yet. But when it's a first party game, I want content. I want replayability. I want hours upon hours of gameplay if you expect me to pay $70. When you're talking about a game like Battlefield, it's going to give you hours upon hours of content because you're even if it's 7 maps, you're going to get your friends in there. You're going to play with your friends, and every kind of match you have is different. You have your modes that changes that up as well as those parameters. So when you can tell me you're going to spend hours upon hours on a game, I'm okay with spending $70 on that. And you know you're going to get future content anyways when it comes to Battlefield because that's going to come. I don't know how they're going to deliver that. I'm hearing Battle Pass. I'm hearing like everybody's doing Battle Pass now. I'm hearing that it's going to be like it normally is, where you pay one solid price or free. We don't know what kind of. We don't know that yet. Do we know that yet?
No, they said that. Yeah, they do. It's going to be a free, and it's also going to be a pay one. That's going to happen.
Perfect. Okay, so I didn't see that news. So that's why.
Which basically, if you pre-order now too, you could actually pre-order the year's worth of battle passes. So it's almost similar, kind of like what Destiny does in expansions and everything. You could basically buy the year out of like their season passes or stuff. With Battlefield, it's going to be your year's worth of battle, which is all going to be cosmetic. It's all they've already said
it doesn't affect the gameplay at all.
It doesn't affect the gameplay. So it's not pay to win. Get that
perfect
storyline right out the way. It's not pay to win, and you don't have to, but because then you could still just go buy to however they're going to do it. They're seasonal, like however long their battle passes are going to last. Correct. And if they do it every couple of weeks or stuff like that, and then they bring a new one in. So, but the fact that you have that option, if you want to just pay them off, if you are that much of a diehard Battlefield fan, you can do that, which is awesome.
That's very awesome. And again, that to me, I mean, we already said it in our own personal chats and our group chats that we have. We said it already, private chats that we have going on. We're getting it, and we're not just going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to go big on it because we know what Battlefield offers. We know the quality you're going to get with this. You know the replayability you're going to get with it, the hours upon hours of fun you're going to get with it, versus something. And I'm not knocking anything, but versus something that's single player, and it's what they quote unquote call one and done. I hate using that term, but one and done, where you just play the game for 10 hours, you finish it, you most likely may not go back. And those are the games like it's hard for me to, for myself, again, my money, my wallet. I can't, there's no way of me justifying that unless I know the game is fun. I know it's going to be great, but once I'm done with it, am I going to go back to it? Or is it going to sit there and then wait for like a couple of months later or a year later to go, I want to revisit that and play one more time, new game plus or harder mode or whatever it is. That's how I justify $70 on yes or no, is how I would say I would go for Battlefield because, or something like a sports title or a COD, because you're going to get modes, you're going to get more content going forward. So it's going to extend the life of that product. The other thing is that I've been seeing is the single player. Oh, there's no campaign. I have not got those numbers yet, but I was intrigued and like entertained by that because I'm going, that leads to a question. How many people who played Battlefield has actually finished the campaign in Battlefield? On top of that, how many people who play Battlefield know, or how many people know that Battlefield is known for a campaign?
That part.
Right, that part right there. DICE is known for multiplayer. That's where they're at. They
They've done
shine
good
at
campaigns.
multiplayer.
BF3 campaign, BF4 campaign were really dope. But I guarantee it. I didn't touch campaign for months
until you got to that point in the multiplayer. To that point
where it's like, okay, maybe my friends aren't online today. My dad's not online today. I have nobody, or right now at this moment, I don't want to go and play online by myself and just with randoms. I'm gonna go and play some campaign levels. I'm gonna try it out and see how and check it out, whatever like that, because it's cool. But that's not why I'm buying Battlefield. That's not why you buy Call of Duty. And if you fucking say any different, you're full of shit.
You're full of shit. Joy said he has. I mean, we have, Joy. We played the campaign. Some of us have finished it in this panel here.
I finished both of them. There's no, there's no issues with them.
There's no issues that even with a Call of Duty that has a campaign. I exactly as you said. I'll maybe touch it when it first comes out just to get the visuals
free
of
time.
Yeah, and you're free to get the visuals of it. Go right online because you guys. I don't want you guys to rank up before me.
Ready? Say it with me. Ready? Achievements.
If
you're on the Xbox, or even if you're a PlayStation person, dude, your trophies. Like if you're into that, if that's what drives you, you're gonna go back to it and you're gonna play it just so you could just tie that off, because that'll annoy you if you don't have that 1,000
on the Xbox side. We have that 10,000 thing that they come out with, so that's when you're gonna go back and visit it because you're gonna go, okay, I have a couple hundred. I can play that out, right? Let me run through a couple of levels and get a couple of achievements out the way. That's what's gonna happen. But we all know we do not play. I keep rewinding this. I apologize. We do not play a Battlefield game for its campaign, or even COD for that matter. We do. I'm not saying we don't want to touch it. We will touch it, but it's almost always after fact.
It's not the first thing It's not the first thing you're booting up when the game's installed and downloaded. That's not the
dude. And if you're competitive like we are, let's say the
story mode in the game though.
In the game,
it's a story mode in the game, but you play through multiplayer.
Okay.
Yes. It's not like a traditional campaign.
Isn't that kind of how they did Battlefield? Was it one kind of?
I think it was one stories. It was called stories.
They did they did stories. It was like 5 different characters you focused on, and you just completed their side of the story of what happened.
Okay. Yeah, it was like wasn't it called like War Stories, Money?
Yeah, War Stories.
But that was still also based on historical events. Like I could easily say that right now this is a little, I won't say post-apocalyptic, but I think we already kind of have like the theme of what they're going for, and it's basically what does the world do when resources are low and we start seeing the effects of global warming on a larger scale. So because that's more or less what like the whole 2142 storyline was. It's global warming took over, basically second ice age. Experience an ice age.
And there's an ice map in this too. It's like froze over.
So almost like it start exactly. So it's like you start seeing it, and then to your point too with the Levolution fact. So it's like you're still kind of getting, like to Money's point and your point, you're gonna get that story feel, but it'll be played out through the multiplayer, which is what you want to play anyway. You don't, you know what I mean? You're gonna get the story fed to you over time. And even now, like in Call of Duty, if you like think about the seasons and even with Black Ops and stuff, they're feeding you the story that's going to lead up to the other Call of Duty coming on because they're trying to do it. They're feeding it to you in the seasons anyway in multiplayer. You're not playing you're not playing new campaign levels. You're getting a cutscene every couple of weeks that basically tells you what's going to come, what's going to happen in the next thing or where you're at in the story now. Almost kind of like what Destiny does, how they forward the story every season and stuff like that. So this is cool, and they're going to wrap it around their, battle pass. And listen, long story short, I'm fucking excited.
Bro, I'm telling you, let's talk about this too. It was annoying to me, and I think I'm gonna start this on this podcast the same way. That they teased it'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we go in there, and another hour gets added to it. What the fuck is that about?
Where's the screenshot?
I was pissed off.
Here, ready?
Dude,
I had told my kids to move to the side.
Yes.
Look, I'm taking the screenshots. This is like when it started, synchronizing, and then right here, I sent this in the chat. Money was like, "What the fuck?"
I took my break at work around this shit, and I missed the whole thing. I'm like, I had to go back and make I gotta go to the restaurant.
Early.
I'll be back.
You was like, I think 40 minutes early. Like, 40 minutes, fellas.
40 minutes.
Yes.
And then I came back and I was like, there's 9 minutes left. Next thing I know, I'm like, another fucking timer. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I'm in the doctor's office. I'm literally waiting to see my dermatologist. I'm in the doctor's office. I'm like, And the next thing you know, I see the countdown. I'm like, fuck, yes. Because then I got to go home and actually watch it and everything. So it was like, so it was okay. Like the hour for me was
Not
good.
for me, man. I'm at fucking work going, okay, I'm hyping it up on Twitter. I'm hyping up with you guys in the chat. 40 minutes, guys. It's going to happen. And then shit, another hour, 59 minminutes gets put on them. I'm like, they just pulled a freaking Horizon on us.
Because he took a break.
Yeah, I was passed out because I took a break. Bro, Joy, I'm there with you, man. Like, I literally had to make up a whole excuse. Hey, bro, I got to use the toilet. I'll be back. Just watch the trailer that way, bro.
Never left.
That's like, never left. Just stood here watching on a screen. So yeah, man, that was. I'm gonna start this podcast on Sunday like that. But I'm gonna lead you guys in and then lead you guys in again. But no, man, we're excited. You guys already know. I wanted to bring this midweek podcast with special guests. I don't want to be a special guest, but hopefully he can keep coming on more. But Money's with us. Midweek podcast because Battlefield is just that important to us. We love this game. We know what it's capable of, and we know exactly what it's going to bring to the table. We're also excited because on Sunday they literally said June 13th, which is the only it makes sense where they're going to be at because Xbox also tweeted it. They'll be on their stage on the showcase. So again, all the moons are aligning, all the stars are getting perfectly aligned there. Me and Logic are still in the camp of day one. I'm not sure if Money is, but day one on Game Pass, I still think it's going to happen. I hold my breath on that, but I still think it's going to happen. Anything else on this trailer, guys?
Nah.
No, good.
Because we're gonna cover the gameplay on Sunday anyway.
We're covering gameplay. So if you guys don't know, Sunday is we're gonna do a double. Well, that might even change.
I was gonna say, right. We're as it stands right now. Mm-hmm. Until we make this announcement too, but let me minimize this. Let me minimize it. No, you can. I'm minimizing this. So as it stands right now, we're going live for the Xbox Bethesda conference. So we will be live. We're co-streaming it. We're going to be live. It's going to be me. It's going to be Sensei, Kills. It's going to be Money. I don't know if we got anybody else, but right now it's definitely the three of us.
Yeah. There's definitely three of us now, but we can have more.
We're here. And then it's just like what we just did with the Battlefield. Basically, you're going to see our pretty faces. And, if you don't want to watch it with us, that's cool too, but we'd love to see you there. And we're going to see it. Cut. That's going to end, and then we're going to transition over to our reaction of what we saw at there. But Kills, if you wouldn't mind, please explain to him our special announcement.
All right. So, I got to lead up to it. I just can't go out and just pull the Band-Aid.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I could screen share you to help you out a little bit because I kind of got something a little.
That would help. That would help. There's only 4 right now in the chat room, but I'm hoping people watch the replay. If you guys want to tweet it out, let people know, come in here. Just to hear this special announcement. For those who've been following us on this channel, I've been doing this for a few months now, about 2-3 months. And my biggest thing was always to give back. I love gaming. We love gaming. One of the passions there. We want to just show that passion to you guys. And that's what this podcast is all about, us being passionate about what we do. I fuck around with you guys on Twitter a lot when it comes to the trolling and this and that. But we all know at the end of the day, I'm a gamer. And that's what I do. I game, and I love that passion to share with you guys. One of the things I never expected while doing this podcast is grow the channel to over 100 subscribers. That's still growing, and that's all thanks to you guys sharing us and talking up about us. Appreciate that. Over on Twitter, all of us here has been growing our followers, and you guys have been engaging with us. We love the interactions with you guys. That's something that we want to continue doing, and we love that because that's how we get our energy. As you can see how passionate we are. But I did something really, really shot in the dark kind of thing. I told Logic this, and he goes, "Wow, this would be amazing if this was to happen." So I ended up going on a website. We all know E3 is coming up this week, right? So I ended up going on a website called e3conference.com or something or the other. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to check a shot at dark and see if we can go ahead and be part of E3 in a whole different way so that our podcast can be branded with E3. So my news today for you guys is that we have been selected and chosen and officially are part of media with E3. So our podcast starting this Saturday will be E3 affiliate, E3 official.
Get some
so we are now part of the E3 media coverage. So what that means is that we are going to start covering. We could possibly, I use the word possibly, and we're going to try our best to get these things. Now that we're part of E3 media coverage, we're going to get some interviews in here with some of the devs. We're going to try to get some of those swags that we that usually get with E3. We have background access now. We have actual behind the scenes access to
get Daddy Phil.
trying to get Daddy Phil up in here, Big Daddy Phil. Hopefully I can get him. But we are a small channel, and this is a big, huge opportunity for us.
Yeah.
To get us exposure, and to show the world what we're about. We are about gaming. That's what we do. But this is a big honor. I couldn't wait to share that with you guys. I told Logic and Money and them in the chat, and everybody's just excited about this opportunity because if you guys know me, they know me for years, man. I like bringing everybody aboard to these things because, like, when I'm happy, I want people to feel that. I want people to be a part about that, and that's what they're about. And I want to bring you guys along with that. So, please share that news. I'll be tweeting that out. But the Sensei's podcast channel is officially an E3 media coverage channel, and we'll start doing that as soon as Saturday when E3 does start. I appreciate you guys. That was the news I have for you guys. We're excited for Battlefield. This was going to be a short stream anyways, but we're excited for Battlefield. We're excited for what's coming. We're excited for Sunday, and we're excited for what Xbox is about and what they're about to do. This Sunday, I want you guys to understand, don't be afraid of what's going to happen. It's going to be huge. Xbox is dropping bombs this Sunday, and I want you guys to experience that and enjoy that and tweet that out and be happy about it. But for now, this is it. This is what we have. Battlefield, we're all excited, 2042. Logic, Money, go ahead and tell the chat where you guys can be found at.
Me, it's same thing. Logics _so_sick. Xbox, it's unit space logic. And then you'll see that on the socials. Same thing with Instagram and stuff like that. But I'll see you guys online. Thanks for the support. Can't wait till Sunday. I'm really excited about the media access because it just means that we get to bring more content to you. And I can't wait for this weekend and to basically, share that with you guys. So I'll see you all this weekend.
All right. Money, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter, Xbox at ThatGuyPMoney. Can't wait for Sunday. Battlefield, can't wait for all the games to be shown on Xbox and then Bethesda. Just the whole E3 conference. I just have to see what's going to come out. I'm still got to get my damn Xbox, but other than that, I'm like...
We'll get there, baby. We'll get there.
Work in progress. We're figuring it out.
We'll get there. If anybody wants to hook up Money with a Series SX, man, he's ready for that, baby. Give him the hookups. Where you guys getting yours so he can get his, man. But again, that's where you can find everybody. You can find me always being bullshitting on Twitter. I'm very active on it. All day long I'm active on it. Sometimes I wake up from my sleeps and go, I got to tweet something. That's what I do with Logic. It's always even going, are you fucking still awake? That's what I do, baby. I love gaming so much that I don't sleep. But I appreciate you guys. Again, we're still going to have our show Sunday, but we're probably going to have more coming starting Saturday. So we are now not just Sensei's podcast, but the official E3 Sensei's podcast. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. And as I always say, can we say that now that we official?
Maybe effing. We'll hit them with the effing.
Happy effing
gaming.
Happy effing gaming, guys. Okay, you go.
Yeah,
happy gaming, everybody, with the official E3 podcast. I'll see you guys on Twitter, man. Have a good one.